Hey guys, I'm Kiki,
And I'm Tracy.
and we are Black girls
who love Kdrama.
Yes, we do. So we are here today to talk about a show that we recently watched that we thought was really good, and it's super short. I think it's only like what 8 or 12 episodes,
somewhere around there.
Yeah, it's not a lot of episodes at all. So like, if you don't have a lot of time, or you don't want to feel bound down to like a 20 or a 15-piece episode, this is really short, and it has some of my favorite things in it. Zombies.
It's an older show also. I think it was
Yes.
released in 2018.
But it's new to Netflix, but it is a little older.
And
it is
called
Happiness.
Now, do not let that name fool you.
In hindsight, I can see why they do that.
I can see why too. I can see why it was called Happiness, because the gist of the whole show is basically there's this luxury apartment complex, and they've kind of allowed some furloughed units to become available. You have to meet certain qualifications to be able to rent into this space. And so it's really everyone's chance at a piece of happiness to want to stay in this building.
It is a beautiful building.
It is a beautiful building, but in this building, there happens to be some sort of an apocalyptic outbreak that really kind of actually mostly the epicenter is in the building. Actually, or in the complex, because there are several buildings.
Because like when you first encounter someone that's infected, it does not happen inside this apartment complex. And you essentially, you know how all zombie movies work. It starts here, it doesn't mean that it's going to stay there. It's going to spread. And so this apartment complex is so huge and has so many people in it. They figure, you know what?
In each building
are going to close down this entire condominium section to enclose and try to, contain the virus, if you will. But even the first few minutes of this show will capture you. It's super good. I enjoyed it very thoroughly.
I did too. I thought it was nice how they started the show, how the main couple, how they get introduced, how they navigate their friendship throughout the years, and how they even like end up being in the apartment together. I thought that was very cute.
Very demure.
In the scheme of it all, you have all these people living in just this one building, which they focus mainly on this one building. And there's almost like this hierarchy that people are trying to kind of establish or divide themselves.
Yeah, because, not to cut you off, but one of the main things that I think that I find so funny in all of these zombie apocalypse movies or shows is that you go from fearing the infected to fearing the non-infected
who are trying to survive. Like, they were the worst ones.
I swear, it's always those. And then, another thing that I can appreciate about this show is it was not the typical zombie, I just want to
eat your brains.
Like some of them had a lot of restraint. Where they didn't have to drink someone's blood, or they were too fearful to do it. And they're like, I can restrain myself. I don't have to do this,
They didn't completely lose their humanity.
And I love that. Again, it was a limited episode series, and it ended on a good note. Let's say it's 8 episodes. On the 7th episode, I was like, oh, it's going to be a season 2. Like, how are they going to wrap this up in one episode? But they did a pretty good job.
So I personally would rate the show probably at like a 9. And I'm just going to give it a 9 because it really was a good show. I don't really have too many complaints about it. I know you tend to be a little more generous. Don't let my 9 deter you, okay?
Yeah, the only thing that I'm going to say is that I felt like they drew just a little bit of it out to where I feel like it could have been summed up in lesser episodes.
So you would have rather had fewer episodes to enjoy.
Like I don't feel like it had to be as many as it was, even though it wasn't a lot to begin with. I just feel like there were so many plot twists and so many things happening after another to where you're like, okay, this is definitely keeping me locked in, but it's like, okay, now when is it going to end? Because we don't have a lot of episodes left, you know?
Yeah.
So it almost kind of gave me the illusion that there was going to be a season 2, but I'm glad there wasn't.
Okay. So what's your rating?
I think I would still probably give it a 10.
Okay. I kind of figured you would have given it a 10. I should have just let you go first.
It was really good, guys.
I mean, it was a good show. We do highly recommend it.
So. I think it was the plot twist that got me. So yeah, I'm going to give it a 10.
So you heard it from us, KeKe and Tracey. If you've seen Happiness, what were your thoughts about it? What platforms did you get to enjoy the show on?
Yeah.
If you haven't seen it and you love KeKe's genre of shows, I think that you would love it. She thinks you would love it. She gave it a 10. So just give us some comments, like, subscribe. I mean, you know, we love engagement.
Absolutely.
And if you have some other suggestions you'd like to make for us, please do so.
We are always up for suggestions.
And as always, remember to be kind.
Because you never know when you move into an apartment complex, the person that you move in with just might be the love of your life.
Or the thing that keeps you from death.
Absolutely. I like that a lot. That was nice.